Okay, party people, today we're going to be taking a look at Manhattan Project Energy Empire, the Cold War expansion. Now this is published by Minion Games. They are from Wisconsin here, and I'm very happy to show you this game. It is one of my favorite worker placement games, probably one of my favorite games of all time. That doesn't mean that I will be error free today, but I will do my best to show you how the expansion works and how the gameplay works. I'm just going to go ahead and get into it and play. This is going to be a total solo play, live playthrough. So if you are interested in the solo mode, and things have changed quite a bit from what the solo player is trying to achieve and how they do it mechanically, it's a lot more aggressive and a lot more going on other than before, because previously it was pretty much just lay down these three workers and then play the game by yourself. Now it's a little bit more interactive. So let's go ahead and just get to the board, start playing. This game takes about 90 minutes to play. Depends on how fast I make my decisions, but I probably will be because I'm live and I don't want to hold everybody up. I'm going to post some links in a couple different groups and then I'll get to playing. All right, party people, let's do this. So if you've never played this game before, all right, this is a worker placement game, and it is an engine building worker placement game. It is designed for 1 to 5 players, and it takes about 2 hours depending on how much time you spend on it. At 5 players, it's definitely going to be 2 hours. What you're going to be doing is placing workers at these different sections here. So you have a government market, industry market, commerce market, and then what happens is you will eventually you will gather resources, bring them back to your area. You only have a certain amount of workers. And as you go along and build these buildings, they will become part of your tableau area, and then you'll be able to use them in your area based on whichever one you placed a worker at. So eventually I'll have, let's say, these two things over by me in my tableau area, and the next time I place my worker in this area, I will be able to activate these that are in my tableau with workers and energy. So it's kind of a cool little engine builder, and you will do that until you don't have any more workers to do so, and then you'll generate and get more energy back. You'll cause some pollution because you're going to be rolling dice to gather more resources, and then you will also kind of convince the United Nations to work with you, which is another way to score victory points. But then there will also be events, and these are the good ones that happen, and then slowly these are the bad ones, and this is one of the end game triggers. Now when you're playing against the AI in the base game, the AI puts out these regular workers and just kind of stops where you go for the game. It doesn't really do much different, but in this one they actually have cards that have little controls on them that say, hey, you're going to be placing your workers here and here, and when you place them there, they're going to block your spots. In the base game, what happens is hold on a second, okay. What happens in the base game is when you place these workers, they just kind of block your spot. But now they take away achievements, they take away cards, and they also just fill up spots. So it's a little bit of everything. It also progresses the track faster. So you're going to have things like this where it's going to beat you on the Doomsday Clock, which we're going to cover. It's going to move up the track here. It's going to cause pollution, so it's going to make the game move faster. And this is your timer for the game. So really interesting mode. So let's go ahead and just play, and then I'll kind of explain what I'm doing and why I'm doing what I'm doing. And I'll make room as we go along. So I added all the modules for the game. I added the Doomsday Clock, which is one of them. So let's go ahead and take a look at that real quick. The Doomsday Clock is, and I'm going to come down like that. The Doomsday Clock is kind of a cool little way to score on the off board. What it does is when you place a worker here, and this one actually is a neutral color, so you actually have to place, and when there's somebody there, you have to place that and an energy, like that, okay? And then what happens is when you place this and an energy, you can take an action there. So I would pay 2 coins, and when I pay 2 coins, it would move this further. So let's say I do that, and then I'm going to get these cards. I'm going to be able to get 3 cards, and these 3 cards are kind of like collection, okay? So I have like this world one here, I have this like weapons one, and there's another type in here, I think. Yeah, and then like a satellite. And what I'll do is these will be worth 1 point at the end of the game, but they'll also contribute to a little, kind of like another little set collection thing where you get points at the end of the game for coming in first and second place. Now, as you saw, the cards here, they also have a little engine for them to build. And you're going to see that build in their tableau, as the game moves along, but we're just going to, like I said, we're going to keep going and move along with that. But what you do is when you take that action, you take 3 cards, you look at them, you get rid of one and put it under there, and then you keep the other 2. So then you keep them for the end of the game. So you're kind of paying attention. Do I want to be ahead in the world? Do I want to, where do I want to be ahead in? And you're going to see some of the cards that they're building up over here, which is a really cool part of this game. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Another thing that was added to the game. Okay, I'm just going to kind of lightly shuffle that. I want to get to playing here. Another module that was added to the game was a couple of these structure cards up here. And I'm not going to go through all the structure cards. I'm just going to tell you that there's new structure cards shuffled in here. And then there's also these new mega buildings. And there's one of each type in the solo game. But there's also, I think there's 3 of each in the solo and in the expansion. And what they are is you can build up these super buildings now that give you, abilities for the rest of the game. You just have to have 2 of the matching type here, so you'd have to have 2 commerce buildings and then also 2 industry market. They're all going to have their own requirements. And then when you buy it, you're going to pay these resources, but you're also going to get some pollution. So that's one of the things that happens when you build these buildings. They're going to cause pollution, and that's going to stop your board. So I don't know if you're familiar with Mad Hatton Project and how that works, but the theme is you're going to be taking on pollution. All right, I'm going to go ahead and leave these dice out. I'll explain how they work when the time comes. I just want to get out and play. So I'm going to start with my starting resources based on what's here. This is how I move up the world track here. Whenever you see these 2 icons, I'm going to put a worker here, and that activates it. But I must have the 2 resources, and my resources are off screen, by the way. So I'd have to pay 2 of these plastics, and then I would move up this track. And this track right here is how I score a good chunk of points. It goes to 8, 12, 15, 17, and it stays in here. So I definitely need those points. Okay, so let's see. Got my 3 workers, got my 2 energy, and then I need my starting resources. And there's a whole bunch of new I'm using one of the new ones from the expansion. And it also has a good, the good player 8 card. So here we go. You have 2 oil. Okay, we need those. This is going to be a burnable resource. We have 2 plastic, and we have 1 metal. All right, here we go. So I'm going to put that over there. That over there, we're going to pull out a little bit here. All right, I'm going to pull out. And I'm going to be panning in and out just based on what I'm doing. To give you a little bit of a closer look at the board. This is the board where you're going to be watching out. Your workers will go over here. You'll have some achievements. Mine is 1 victory point for every commercial building I have. I'm going to be paying attention to the pollutions that are going to go in here because it stops my scoring. And this is where my resources go. Any dice that I acquire go here. I can have up to 5 dice. And that's pretty much it. It shows a chart of what the dice mean. So that's what a player board looks like. I'm going to move these out of the way. Another thing that's in the expansion, these espionage cards where you can use other people's boards other people's buildings, which is a pretty cool thing. It was kind of it was a little bit of a gripe. People thought there was no player interaction in the game, or light player interaction, just blocking. So this is actually player interaction in the expansion. But yeah, that's pretty much the run of the game, and we're just going to go ahead and play. All right, here we go. Let's see. I tried something different today, and I think that's why nobody's seeing what I'm doing. I posted directly from the page, and I don't think everybody's seeing what I'm doing. So unfortunately, I'm sorry about that. But I'm going to go ahead and get to it. Let's see here. All right. All right, here we go. So I go first. And like I said, I have these workers. I have 3 workers to use, and I have 2 energy. What I'm looking to do is start trying to move up this track before the AI does. By the way, if you have any questions, you can just you can ask him. I have a window open for chatting. So if you have any questions, please let me know. because I want to make sure that people get their questions asked. As a matter of fact, I'm opening that up right now. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm trying to gather resources. I already have some things here. You can see my board, right? Okay, we'll move right there. Move back just an inch or two. Okay, come back down just a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I already have some resources, I just don't have a ton. So what I'm going to do is probably start chasing after buildings. I have no money, none. But I do have plastic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put a worker here over in the commerce area, and I'm going to pay, I can pay either 2 or a plastic, so I'm going to pay a plastic. Okay, I'm going to pay a plastic. When I do that, I get this building here. It is an airport. Okay, so when I get this airport, when I get this airport, it's going to do 2 things. It's going to give me some pollution. So when you see this icon right here, that means I grab a pollution off the pollution track and I get to place it wherever I want to on my board. But no, it says exactly where I want to place it to. That's fine. But now all this means is now from now on, I can use an oil to get 2 coins and 1 point. So that's going to be my way of starting to generate my own stuff. Okay, I'm going to put that over in my player area. It's kind of off the screen right now, but I'll show you when I'm starting to do that. And I can actually use it right away. But I am not. Okay, I am not. I think that's going to be it. Yep, that's my turn. Now, this is the AI's turn. Okay, you ready for this? This is exactly what the AI does. They're going to take, there's 12 cards in here. There's going to be an early deck and there's going to be a late deck. Okay, and what happens is they draw a top card from here, and it's going to tell them 3 things to do. If there's something up here, they'll do that. As you can see, there's victory points, and then there's also some things in the middle here. So you'll have cards that they take away. You'll have another place where they'll place workers. So first thing they're going to do is they're going to move up this track. Okay, 1. They're also going to take one of their. They're going to also place here, and they get unlimited energy. By the way, this is supposed to fill. Sorry about that. Okay, they're going to take this away. Okay, that goes to a discard pile. They're going to, let's see, they're going to put something in the oil area, so they're blocking that area. And it's not totally blocked, it's just that's going to cost me more energy. So they've done 2 things with their workers. They have their access to their 6 workers right away. Okay, so we have that. Now, that's their turn. And what will happen is eventually they'll get a stack, and then we won't see that stack anymore. So here we go. For me, it is going to be, I need money. So this is what's going to go on here. And they're going to get this replaced. Now, there are new cards in these stacks, and I'll kind of address them as we go along. But for right now, I'm not going to do that. I'm also going to do this. So I'm going to place right here. This is how I get more dice. So I'm going to move this in. This is how I get more dice in the game. I can place this here, and I get to choose to pay these resources in order to get different dice. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take one of these blue die, because blue die don't have a negative effect on it that I would need to pay attention to. So it's very important that I pay attention to, stopping myself from getting pollution as much as possible. These do give me automatic. This one does not. So I'm going to go ahead and get that die straight out the gate. And I would pay 1 metal. My resources are off screen, by the way. And then I would be able to get a blue die. And I also have the limited number of blue die as well. So that's what I would get. It goes in my player area. We'll come back out here and I'll show you. All right, so it's out in my player area. All right. Now, that would be my turn. This die goes right here, so you know that it's mine, and that's what I'm using it for. Okay, so now they're going to draw another card from this deck, and it's going to stack up like this. All right, so this one's a little bit different. It's going to be worth 3 points. It's going to be worth 3 points at the end of the game. It's going to get 1 pollution, so it's moving the game along. Okay, so it's going to move the game along, and we're also going to take out a card in the government section, and they're also going to cover education. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And as you can see, I'm keeping those on there. It's going to be part of how they calculate their score. So on education, and they're also going to take the middle card out. Now you just go straight to the discard pile. All right. Cool. All right. So now we go back to me, and I only have one worker and 2 energy, so I may want to just generate. And what generate means is I kind of reset myself with energy, but I could just get money. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and chase some money. So I'm going to go over here, and in the solo game, in the multiplayer game, and I'm going to bring it up here. In the multiplayer game, you would have kind of a choice with finance. You could get 2 coins, you could get 3 coins, and then you would give somebody else 3 coins. I mean, a 1 coin, or if you got 4, you would give everybody else 2 coins. Well, in the solo game, you just get 3 coins. So I'm going to get 3 money. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put that 3 money there, and that would be my turn. All right, so now the AI is going to draw another card. This one, they're going to take out some things. So they're taking out one of these achievement tokens up here, and it tells me which one. Like, it actually says, hey, it's this one right here. Okay, so it's going to take that one out. That's gone. This will be replaced. And that really stinks, because you know what? I could look at it, which one it is. It doesn't say you can't look at it, but it may be one that I'm looking for. Actually, this is the one I don't like at all. So that's perfect. All right. So yeah, so they're going to take that out, and they're also, oh, hey, how you doing? So they're going to take this one middle commerce one out. So what they're going to do is place a worker there, and they're going to have to do 2. So what happens is when you place out in these worker areas, you place out in these worker areas, what you're going to do is if your worker's already there, if some other worker's there, you're going to have to place an energy under your worker and then place it on top like that. And it continues to stack. You can also just pay an extra one to make it harder for people to go to that spot. Because these workers are going to stay on there until you do this thing called generate. So they're going to do that. They're also going to put a worker on scientific research, the scientific research area. Okay, so that's going to go there. There's nothing there, so they're going to be good to go with that. So yeah, they move those. Good to go. That was their turn. So they're going to generate next turn, and so am I. So you're going to see the difference between the 2. Okay, so I'm going to generate, and I'm going to grab another one of these. So I'm going to go ahead, when I generate, the first thing I can do is I can buy one of these. So I'm going to buy one of these goals, and this is important because I'm going to get 1 point for the how far I am on the track. So there's 2 ways to score this track. It's how far you get up the track, but now I also got a second scoring thing, so that's really good. All right, so I got to do that. These go away, and energy goes away. You have to earn it each time. So what you do when you generate is you do that, and then you roll dice. What you can do is use these oil barrels, which are kind of a usable, burnable resource, and you can burn them to get dice. To get these brown dice, and they give you energy. Okay, you're trying to generate the energy that I just spent. So I'm going to go ahead and do 2 of them. And that stinks because it's going to give me a whole bunch of pollution right away. And I'm also going to roll my blue die, which does not have pollution on it. So I'm going to roll. By the way, Geek On is one of the people who really supported me. Great place. They have the dice bag. I got the their premium bag as well. So what I'm looking at, I might cheat when I do this here. What I'm looking at is I'm going to get that amount of energy. So I'm going to get 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to get 6 energy. Okay. So that's a lot of extra energy to use. Yay. Okay. And then whatever die is highest, I'm going to evaluate if it's pollution or not. So luckily this one's tied, so I don't get any pollution. Otherwise I would take a pollution token from there and put it anywhere over here on my board. So thankfully I did not get any pollution this round. These go away right here. These dice are, like I said, they are burnable, so they're gone. And then I would grab my workers off the board. So let me go ahead and do that. And they become mine again. Dink, dink, and dink. All right. Back to 3 workers. I got 6 energy. And then that would be my generate turn. So now they're going to generate. Okay. And when they generate, they're going to do pretty much the similar thing, except their card is going to be face down. Okay. So this 4th card is going to be face down like this. Okay, and now that column of cards is over. All right, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 1, 2, 3 generate. That's kind of like the little story beat to how that works. Okay, and then we move on to the next column. And once we get through, I'm sorry, and I should say this, there are 12 of those cards in each one. So there's like a early and a later version. Okay, so there you go. When they generate, I'm trying to remember, for the 4th time, they automatically get one of these to move it forward, by the way. Should have do that. Okay. Alrighty. Let's get to it. So we have, oh, and their stuff comes back. Whoops. And all their stuff comes back. So they have access to all their 6 workers. And this all comes down to timing, man. I mean, like, at some point you got to figure out, hey, do I generate early so I have my workers and more energy? You know, when do I kind of get this thing moving aggressively or not? So it's all about your choices and timing. Looks like I was not in the chat. Somebody's trying to talk to me. Let's get in there. All right. Boom. All right. Yeah, if you have any questions, please just ask right away. Oh, I see the designer. One of the designers is in here. So, hello, Luke. How you doing? I'm in here messing up your game. so this should be replaced. Move to the left. I don't know why I didn't do that. All right. So actually, some of the interesting buildings are coming out from the expansion. This happens to be one of them. I'm going to show you. This one right here. Whoops, sorry. I don't know why this is. Yeah, so this is a stone bridge. It says, using one of your available workers, immediately use an unoccupied government location on the board. So it's kind of a way to go right back to the board. There's ones that are wild cards and things like that. There's a whole bunch of different ones, but they're really interesting, which is, I'm so glad you just added a couple more interesting cards to the situation. And I like that. So now what am I doing? What are you doing, Mr. Howard? I'm trying to move up this track. So that's what I'm going to be searching after. I want to start getting up this track. You do not want to lose those 17 points. So that's something you got to fight over. So what am I going to do that? It's going to probably be get some barrels, which is not. I'm going to go ahead and take on some pollution. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and take on an oil, and I have a choice. I can take on one of the two. And how would I choose that? I'm going to grab my board, but I'm going to kind of do this off screen. I get to choose which one. Basically, I get to choose the above land. Whoops. The above land or the below in the water version. So like the oil tanker. I think the oil, whatever it is, like below and above and below. So you got water, you got land, and you got the water. And as you can see, you can put in that area where the oil is. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I think I'm just going to choose, since I haven't gotten anything that tells me this yet, I'm going to go ahead and put it in my on my land right here. And in turn, I get 1, 2, 3 of these awesome barrels. This is not expansion stuff. These are actually just these nice little kind of hard plastic oil barrels. Okay, so taking on pollution. All right, so now we got to keep going on this deck. They're going to pull. So, like I said, they're going to take this right here. We're just kind of reading straight down the card. They're going to place a worker over in this area. So it's going to be in the power plant area. So they're going to cut off this at least temporarily. And then and they're going to do the mine as well. Okay. The mine. Yeah, there we go. All right. And then they're going to place this here. Thankfully, no pollution. All right, we're good to go. All right, now I'm also going to do something that is kind of, all right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to place this here, all right? So what I'm trying to do is take that plastic that I just got and the oil I just got, get the oil I just got and turn it into plastic. So I'm going to go ahead, spin this oil, okay? And then I'm going to receive 2 plastic. So I got 2 plastic. I'm going to receive 1 of this kind of nuclear thing or whatever, and then also a pollution, unfortunately. So this is actually going to trigger one of our first global impact things. So this pollution is going to go wherever I so choose. I'm going to put it up in the air, and now this is the timer for the game. So there were 4 here, and now this one is gone. What we will do is we will choose one of these 6 global impact cards starting on the left. We go kind of, it actually should be in like a row going across like this, but I start at the left and then I flip this over. So this is going to be one of those things like in the beginning, it's going to give you like this kind of cool event where it's going to help you just a little bit, okay? And it's going to cycle some cards, but then it also is going to give you some kind of benefit and a choice. I don't know why this thing keeps autofocusing so hard on me right now, but it's going to give me like a choice. So let me go ahead and do first. I'm going to get points on my land. So I have 4 pollution on my land right now. I have 4 pollution on my land, so, but I get 1 pollution out of the 5, so I get 4 points. Okay. The next thing it tells me to do is it tells me to wipe out the industry area. Let's see. Is that the industry yet? Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna wipe that out. Wait. No, I'm sorry. The commerce. Sorry. Jeez. All right. Wipe out the commerce. These get replaced. Okay, none of the new expansion stuff came out. And then it's going to say, hey, all right, so now immediately it says, immediately in turn, order starting player active. Each player gains 2 coins and then may trade as if they are using the trade. So I get 2 money, which I'm definitely going to take that, right? And then I can do a trade. You know what? I'm going to take that $2 I just got, and I'm going to get another plastic. Okay. And that's like this location back here. It's called the trade location. So there you go. That's the first one. There are 3 of those, and there are actually 3 of the bad ones later on in the game, the last 3 rounds. These are shuffled in from the expansion, so there's new ones of these in the expansion. There are not new ones of these. The green ones are the same. Okay. So when we get there, you'll see something different with those. I got a whole bunch of energy, by the way. Sorry, I'm really behind on replacing things. Whenever I do that, I kind of like, oh man, I forgot to replace. It's a thing. It's a thing with me. Especially when you play solo a lot. It's like, oh, I forgot to replace that. Missing out on opportunities is usually what happens when you do that. Okay, so we got the AI. So they're going to take. Now, they are contributing now to this this Cold War, this Doomsday Clock. I'm going to go ahead and secure that stuff right away. So now they're going to add a pollution. So it's going to go with that. And I'm going to grab one of those in a second. But I want to make sure I get this right. So they're going to go to the power plant. And like I said, when they go here, they're going to have to place an energy because there's a worker there already, even if it's theirs. And then, let's see. And they're going to go to the science factory. So let's see, where are they at? Research. Okay. It's a very easy game to learn. You just got to get that beat of how it generates and things like that. So this is going to come off. It's going to go on there. All right. I am not paying attention to how great, how good I can be in this game right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my last worker and focus on. Yeah, I'm going to take my last worker and move up the nations track. I'm going to go ahead and put my worker on here, use these 2 plastic, and then I'm going to move up. So I'm going to use my last worker. I'm going to put it on there. You can't see it. It's slightly off screen. And then I'm going to pay my 2 plastic. And then I'll move 1 up the track. And right now that's 4 points. And we're in a dead heat right now. The leader at the end of the game gets 3 points. And only 1 player can sit here in the 17 points area. So I definitely want to get those points. If you play at the base game, you have to score at least 100 points. So it's important to like kind of keep that mindset in this game because these cards start to go up in points really quickly. So you got to pay attention to that stuff. All right, so now we have the AI. They are going to be generating the next turn after this, so we got to watch it here. So they are going to take on another pollution. Oh boy, they're making this. Oh, they're making the game move faster. No. So they're going to go back to the same area. Now they got to use 2 energy. Now, if they didn't have enough energy, they have the unlimited part. If they didn't have enough energy, they couldn't take their turn. Okay, so they're going to go to the chemistry. So where's chemistry? The chemistry one is right here. So they're going to need a worker to go where I'm at. And then they're going to take a pollution. So there you go. Now they have a lot of points banked up already. And I need to pay attention to that. Like I noticed right now they're almost at 20 points. Actually, they are at 20 points. So I got to kind of pay attention to that and figure out how I'm going to get aggressive enough to catch up. Now I have to generate. I don't have any workers to place. I can use two energy or two workers to get one of these over here. So what I'm going to do is, one for nuclear contamination in your environment. You know what? I'm going to take this one. I'm going to pay my energy, and I'm going to take this one right here. Because sometimes you're not able to clean all the energy at the end of the game, the waste, the nuclear waste at the end of the game. Actually, no, I'm not going to take that one. I don't like that one. I'm going to go ahead and go with this oil. Do this oil. I'm going to go ahead and take this one just in case I'm left with it at the end of the game. And that way, if let's say I didn't even pay attention to the oil that's already here in the bottom over here, I would get a point plus 1 point. I'm going to go ahead and just take that one. Now, I can only have 5 of these, so I want to make sure I'm choosing the right one. Actually, I just don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I want to take ones that are positive and not negative. So I'm going to leave it there. So once again, when you generate, I'm going to lose all my energy. Okay. I'm going to bring back all my workers. And you can have up to 6 workers. I just don't have them yet. You have to go here and get them in order to do that. And there's also some cards sometimes that help you do that. I got all my workers, got all my energy, and then I can buy my dice. So I'm going to go ahead and buy another die. It's a brown die, like I said, and they're restricted in this game. And then I also have my blue die. So I'm going to go ahead and roll these. All right, so, whoa, yes, okay. So I'm going to get 4 energy, 2, 3, 4. The big part that I'm excited about is I didn't take any pollution because the highest die is evaluated for pollution, and this is lower than that, so I'm good to go. All right, brown die goes away, blue die goes here, and then we begin our next turn. But, of course, the AI has reached their 4th card in this area, so they're going to go ahead and place this face down. And the reason why this stinks is I don't know how many points are going to be on that card under there. So it's going to go, the pollution goes down here. And as you can see, that whole column, they took pollution away. And we're already at the next event here coming up soon. So I'm a little worried. And I don't really have any cards. So I don't really have any cards. So we got to go ahead and secure that. That's what I'm going to be focusing on. By the way, when they generate, they bring all this stuff back. I don't know why. I've just decided not to care about that. See, like I said, it's just me, man. It's just the way I am. It's kind of like, sometimes I do things a little bit backwards. So there we go. All right, now it is my turn. In my turn, I'm going to spend a little bit of money. So let's go ahead and I'm going to go here because I want some metal. I want to have something extra. I want to have at least a little bit of something. So now I am going to gain a pollution. I'm going to gain a pollution because this is an industry building. Of course, you're going to cause some pollution. So I'm going to go ahead and take that on. But now when I place workers here, worker or energy here, I'm going to receive 2 metal. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in my area over here to the left. I can use that right away. But the most important part is I'm taking energy in my land area. So I'm going to put that there. And, yeah, I'm not, you know what? I'm going to activate this. The big one here is that I'm going to have to use 2 of them. So I'm going to have to use a combination of workers. I can use workers and energy, or I can use 2 energy, whatever I want to do. It's kind of, this is one where I kind of have to use some of my resources. I'm not sure I want to do that just yet. But you know what? I'm going to do it for the sake of it. We're going to go ahead, the sake of it. But I also get 4 points for having this building. You want those 4-pointers if they can help you. So I'm going to go ahead and spend I'm going to spend 2 energy, put those on there, and then I will receive 2 metal, which like I said is off screen, so you can't necessarily see that. Now it's the end of my turn. We will go into the phase where we look at the global impact. And like I said, the green ones are good. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to assess my my air area. So over here, you can see my air area has 3 spots here with points. So I'm going to move up, let's see, to 7 points. All right, yes, as you can see, I'm not really doing well on the points here. I'm going to, and by the way, this moves to the left. Dang it. All right, and I'm going to wipe out the government market. Okay, so this is, it tells you which ones to cycle out. So I'm going to move out the government market. He's filling left. Oh, here's another expansion card. Here we go. We talked about, this is a suspension bridge. So it says using one of your available workers, immediately use an unoccupied industry location. So this is kind of one of those ways to get back on the board in the same turn. This is also one of the new cards too. It's a generate card. So when you generate, like I just took that turn to generate, you can also get a benefit as well. So that's one of the cards too. Okay, what else is going on in here? So now, like I said, might be positive. So here we go. Immediately, in turn order, each player chooses either to gain 1 worker or 5 victory points. Well, you know what I'm doing. I'm going to definitely take another worker because having more options is important right away. So there you go. That one's done. We're one more round and like one more set of those. So we got to really watch it here. Coming out of the deck. So we have an erase area. They're going to erase this one here, achievement. Really want to get the ones where you're 1 victory point for every $2. That's actually pretty helpful. And then they're going to knock out, they're going to put a worker here. All right, so they're going to put a worker in the industry market and take out the middle building. I mean the left building here. So industry market, they have to have one more energy to place there. They're going to take the left one from that area. They're also going to block out the chemistry area right here. So there's nobody there. Kind of need that too. So that's going to be their turn. Like I said, they're making a little tableau here of 4 cards and adding things as they go along to make the game move. If you are just joining, this is the new solo mode, and it has new things in it, kind of more interactive solo mode, and that's why I like this one a lot. And it's just more fun. It's absolutely just more fun. This has all the new modules in it, including this one. So let's go ahead and talk here. I am going to go ahead and go to the Doomsday Clock. So there's another neutral worker here that they have, and it doesn't do anything other than make it harder for you to go there. So I have to pay an energy to go here. I will pay 2 coins. Okay, it's on the 2 coin marker right here. 2 coin marker. And then I would get the benefit out here, which is nothing. But when I pay the 2 coins, after that, I get to take 3 cards off this deck. I will take the 3 cards, and like I was saying in the beginning, these cards are what you want to collect. There are 3 different types of resources you basically are gathering. It's the weapons one, the satellite right here, and this earth. And you're basically collecting points. You get to choose one of these cards, and then you get to choose one of these cards to put under the deck here, and then you keep the other 2. And I'm going to do, I like this combination right here. So I'm going to have 3 here, and I'm going to have 2 here, and I'll have 1. I like that. And we haven't had any cards where they go up the Dooms. We haven't had any cards where they go up the Dooms track, and they do. Actually, no, we had 1 over here in the middle. All right, so those are going to go in my tableau area, and I'm going to keep those for the end of the game. If you're playing a multiplayer game, you would just put them face down in the area over there. Okay. So that's that track. Okay, now their turn. Okay, what are they doing? Oh boy, now they're going up the track here. Ugh. All right, so they're going to take that attention there. Then they're going to be placing in this power plant. Okay. And then they're also going to be placing in cleanup. All right, cleanup right here. Cleanup is how you clean up your board over here. I mean, I was thinking about doing that, and now I'm not. Because I need money. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to take my worker, place them up here on the board, right here. Okay, so this is that money spot I was talking about. I'm going to place it right here. I'm going to get my 3 money. Okay, so I got my 3 money. Now, this is where I'm going to show you the little bit of the engine building that's in this game. So, you remember before I was saying this, and I'm just going to bring you over here. Actually, you know what? Now I'm going to just I'll just bring it to you so it's easier. So now that I've placed over here in the commerce area, I can activate any of my buildings in the commerce area. I must use a worker or energy, okay? And what you want to do is start getting these so you fire off a whole bunch at once. So I'm going to activate this. I'm going to put my energy on there, not a worker. I'm going to put my energy on there, and I'm going to pay one of these oils to get 2 coins and a point. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. And that will go over here on the side. Pay my oil. I'm going to get 2 coins and a point. I want some money because I'm about to start spending like crazy to get what I need. All right, so there we go. And that's my turn. I feel like I shorted myself a card here. I feel like there should be another card on here. That was that one. All right. I feel like I cheated. Now I feel like I cheated. I feel like I'm missing a card on there. Let's see. Yeah, it has to. I feel like I'm, yeah, okay. I feel like I'm cheating here. I feel like I missed something. Maybe I forgot to place a card. So they're going to take this one right here. They're going to take out the leftmost. Yeah, I feel like I missed something here, but I'm just going to go ahead and play it out because I think I missed something, but hopefully I didn't. And that's what happens when you're not organized. So they're going to go ahead and place there. Take out the leftmost card here. And they're also going to place on oil drilling. So maybe I didn't actually place on oil drilling. That's their turn. Now they're not taken out, which is great. They're not taking out. They're not taking out this world. Oh, by the way, when you're done, you move this up 1. So that's how it progresses. And this is one of the ways, this Doomsday Track, see, like I said, this is how one of the ways the game can end if it gets to 12 o'clock. But as you spend more, you get more benefits. And also as you get to the later part, you're going to also pick up pollution. So that's kind of the risk reward of that track. But at the end of the game, you can get 7 points or 4 points, like kind of based on this first and second part. So there is some benefits to it. I would explore, but I don't have enough workers. And they're going to generate next round too. So I got 1 worker left. What am I going to do with that said worker? I am going to buy some buildings. So let's see. I probably want to have another, and I'm going to have another commerce building here. So let's see. I want to be able to generate resources. So I'm really, this kind of took out my passion right there in the middle. So I'm going to have to kind of stray away from that, unfortunately. All these right here give me more pollution. Ooh, I like this one here. This space program is pretty nice. So I have to pay one of these sciences right here. Okay, I'm gonna bring it up to you. Play 1 science or 3 coins. And what it does is I pay a science later on, okay? And when I pay the science, I get 1 victory point, I get a plastic or a metal, and I get to look at one of those cards over there, which is sweet. I mean, like, that's kind of sweet. I like that. I like that advantage. I like that a lot, actually. That's really nice. So then, boom. So just so you know, these cards you can pay in coins, 4, 3, 2, and then you also can pay like 2 science, 1 science, 1 science. So they get easier and they slide to the left. So that's important, just so you know that. Yeah, that Doomsday Clock is intimidating, and they're not even using it yet. So I'm trying to like get up the track so I can get some more cards. They don't have a lot of these in there yet, so I'm like kind of excited about that. That just means the deck is going to destroy me. So this is hidden, and the funny thing is that all these could be on that track, cards for that track, which sucks. all of them could be for this track. All 3 of these that are not covered. So this is going to flip over here. They're going to take all their workers back. All the workers back. All the energy back. All right, and that's their turn. I am going to do the same. I have no more workers. Take all my energy back. This is one of those rounds in the middle of the game that's going to stink. That's going to stink for me because I'm not going to roll any oil this time. I'm just going to have 4 workers really, and then I'm going to roll this die, which I only have 1 of. And since it doesn't have a lot of pollution on it, it's not going to get that much. So I'm going to get 2 energy. So I'm going to really have to rely on my workers this round. But I'm going to go ahead and get another die because I want to really make sure I have something better next round. So that's my turn. I generated. Let's see. And I didn't cause any pollution. So now here we are with your boy here. So now that's the 12th card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have an extra card in here, so let me take that out. Okay, so now, let me make sure I got this right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so now we're into the later ones, which is going to make this more aggressive. All right, so they're going to take pollution. As you can see, they're worth more points, which is really going to hurt me. Whoops. Wait, what are you doing? All right. Which is really going to hurt me. We're 5 points, and they're going to start being more aggressive and moving the game along. So here we go. They're going to take a pollution. This really is going to start stinking because I'm not really moving along very well. I'm kind of like showing you how to get your butt kicked in this game and not necessarily trying to win it. And they're going to take that card out. These are going to slide. It's going to get replaced. I'm just going to do this now. And then the mine is going to be covered. So yeah, that's, I mean, they're really, 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 really hurting me right now. All right, man, I got to get more aggressive. This is not good. What do I want to do though? I'm going to try to start pursuing these buildings up, these mega buildings up here, because they're going to get me a good chunk of points. They are worth 8 points apiece, by the way. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and try to get to that power one up there. But first, I'm going to get another die. So I'm going to go ahead and place this here, and I'm going to trade in a metal for a black die. All right, so black die, the black die on here does have pollution on it, but it does have at least 2 pollution at the higher number. So I'm going to kind of put it there. I get 2 points for having it. We can have up to 5 die. So, all right, that's going to be my turn. They're going to flip it. Oh, man, they're making this track move faster. No. All right, so, no. All right, pollution. All right, so they got the pollution. They're going to take out this middle building. That's going to slide. And they're also going to go to the mine. So they're going back to the mine like that. All right. Dang it. Dang it. This is not good. All right, I am going to go back to this Doomsday Clock because I feel like that's an advantage I can get. So I'm going to go here, put a worker like that, and then I'm going to pay 2 coins, and then I'm going to get 2 points. Yeah, because I'm really not going to win this game. I can tell you right now. I'm going to get 3 cards here. 1, 2, 3. I can tell you I'm not going to win this game right now. Let's see here. So let's evaluate. The lowest one I had was Earth, and I'm not seeing a lot of the Earth ones yet. So I'm going to take this one and the Earth one. Actually, I'm going to take these 2. Yeah, I'm going to take these 2, and I'm going to leave this one alone. It's going to go under the deck, and this is going to move. Okay, so there you go. I think I'm doing pretty good at collecting those right now, so I'm probably going to stay away there. This is a worker, so don't think I'm cheating. All right, so now I feel like I didn't place a worker somewhere. Let's see. They have a worker here, like they're supposed to. Oh, there you go. That's where there's a worker missing right here. Worker energy missing right here. Okay. Okay, so here we go. So now they're going to move up the world track again. Okay, so they're beating me up this track, and whoever gets here first gets 17 points. So I really got to get moving on there. They forced me to move. So now they're going to be going to the area up here. So they're going to be going by themselves up here. They kind of block me out. Okay, so they block me out. I'm going to be going up here. They're taking the middle the left card from here. They're going to move these over, make them easier. Okay, and then they're also going to go to the research science. So next turn they're going to generate, and more than likely they're going to force me to activate this event. So that's not good. Okay. Huh. Now, what can you sorry boy over here do? I think what I want to do, I don't have any science to spend, but what I can do is, I want to, yeah, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and spend the $2. Okay, $2 to get this watering plant so I can start cleaning up my energy. As these events come up, I can start getting points each round, so I'm going to probably start doing that. Okay. And now if I have a barrel, I get to clean up a little bit there. So I'm going to go ahead and really pay attention to that moving forward. Yeah, and that's going to be my turn. These are going to get a little cheaper, and I'm holding out for the cheaper, is what I'm basically saying here. Holding out for the cheaper. That card goes here. And this is their last card in this stack. Ooh, oh, sorry. Whoops, that's not supposed to be flipped over. That's not flipped over. It goes here. Okay, so they got their little energy in there, like that. Okay. And then they generate. So they're going to get all their stuff back. All right, they're going to get all their stuff back. Hello, party people. Thanks for joining. Let's see. So we're going to get all their workers back. Okay, so they get all 6 workers back and the energy, like that. Okay. If you are not aware what we're doing here, we're looking at the Mad Hatten Project Energy Empire expansion for that's on Kickstarter right now. We're playing the solo mode, so you're seeing the new kind of AI that goes on in the solo mode. Okay, so now it's my turn, and and then the global event triggers. So we're going to get paid for the land here. So I have 3 spaces left in my land. I get 3 points. They're going to wipe out the government market. Okay, so that gets replaced. And now we're past the positive stuff here. We are past the positive stuff. So now we're about to get past the positive stuff. But this one right here, immediately turn in on the active player. Each player may drill oil if using the oil drilling board, as if you're losing the oil drilling board. So I can get, I probably want to do this because I get these 3 things right here free. I still got to take on the pollution, but I get this oil. I have buildings that require oil, so I'm going to take those 3 right there. I'm going to take those on, and then I'm going to have to pick up an oil. I can pick up an oil building in the water or here. So I really don't, I only have a choice of putting them there, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. That one's going to go right here. Okay, so very pollutive. Now we're in the negative ones, and these negative ones are from the expansion, so I'm gonna keep them in there, and they're not that good. They're really bad. They're really bad. Their workers are off. It is my turn. So it took one of my buildings that I really wanted, and I am ready. 2 plastics. I need a science, so I'm going to go ahead and get a science here. Yeah, I'm going to get a science, and that's going to add to my thing here. And I'm also going to get to take a peek. That's what that little, I'm sorry, that microscope here that you're looking over here on the left. It's a microscope. That means I get to peek at this so I know what it is. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at it real quick. All right, I know I'm going to get paid for water. I know that the industry in the middle is going to get wiped. And then I also, let's see here, each player take any one of their workers in it. The player that remains on this card until the player pays $4. So I got to at least have $4. Otherwise, my worker is going to get locked down. All right, so I know that. $4 I need to have. And then also, I need to be paying attention to my points getting scored on here. So I probably want to clean that up. Okay. And I don't have anything. Oh, I do. I have something to clean up. All right, cool. All right. Now, okay, so here we go. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to place my last worker. My last worker is going to go all the way up here. And this is an expansion thing right here. So this is what I'm going to do. Now, I have the requirements. I have two government buildings. I have 2 dice. I have 2 extra dice now. And then I have to pay these resources. So I'm going to pay the 2 plastic and the science. Now I have this in my area. So it's going to be, I may look at any face down, I may look at any face down global impact card at any time. But I also have to take in pollution. So I'm going to take one of those in the air. And I get 7 points for that. So I'm going to be really paying attention to that. I'm going to leave that over here in my area so we can assess that at the end of the game, what I got going on. But I feel good. I feel good about that. All right. So, and I have to generate next turn. So here we go. This is them. And their tableau is ever expanding here. So it's ever expanding. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place it right here so that we can kind of get that together. So first one for them. Here we go. We have, so now see, look, now they're collecting for the Doom track. Okay, we only see one visually right here for that Doomsday track, but we don't know if these cards are. That's one of the coolest parts. It's hidden information, so we don't know what they've collected at this point. So I got to be aware of that. So now we just know they have this. They're going to be placing here in the power plant. They're going to have to pay an extra energy to do so, but they can place in the power plant, and they're going to place in the mine. Okay. All right. So that's them right there. That's going to be their next one. And I just like the fact that there's more interaction going on in this part of the thing here. Yeah, I just like the fact there's way more interaction going on. Here we go. All right. Had to get a drink of water. I was getting a little tired of standing. I will be adding a couple cameras here real soon. So until then, I got to kind of stand up and move things around. Once I get that multicam going, a lot less of me standing up and, and hurting the knees. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and generate. Since I only have 1 energy left, I don't have any option because I can't place any workers. So that's gone. Now, do I want to get an extra die? I probably do this time. So first of all, I'm going to go ahead and grab... Oh, I don't have the $4. Oh, I don't have the $4. Oh man, I'm stuck. I got $2 left. Okay, because I knew it was coming, right? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull my workers back. I got my 4 workers, but I know I'm about to lose one because I don't have $4. Oh man, that stinks. Well, I got to make sure I have a lot of energy. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take a pollution on. I'm going to go ahead and use one of my expendable brown die things to get a brown die. Okay, so they're temporary. And then I'm not going to get any of these at all. So I'm going to go ahead and just roll. Here we go. Hopefully I get that high number. Alrighty, so we have 5. Okay, so we have, no, that's not going to be good. But I do have 5 energy coming in, and I'm going to take a pollution because my highest die is the brown one, which is not good. All right, I'm really, really, really pushing it on that track right there. But I'm going to have 5 energy. It's not the worst thing in the world. I just got to pay attention to by the time this event comes that I have the money. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. All right. Cool beans. Okay, got all my stuff back, got all my workers back. Good. Okay, they are to their next turn. They are going to flip this one here. So they're going to go ahead, and this is where 5 points. As you can see, they're just getting more and more and more and more points. All right, so they're going to get 5 points for at the end of the game, and they're also going to take this one right here. Okay, And it seems like those achievements are not that big of a deal, but honestly, if you are not building your engine and you're not gearing yourself towards that towards the end, you're gonna find out how bad it's gonna look when you don't have the right stuff. So they're also gonna take out the middle in the in the government area. So they'll take the middle one out here. That's gonna slide over and be replaced. They're going to also put one in scientific research as well. Okay. All right. So I know the impending threat of that is coming. I need money. Oh boy. I need money. I need resources. I need everything. Lord. How can I generate money? How can I generate money? I don't have any way. I do have that. I don't have any of these resources. I need plastic. I don't have any plastic. I'll tell you what, I'm going to use my last $2 to place on here. So I'm going to place up here in the industry market. I'm going to place in the industry market. And I'm going to go ahead and spend my last metal to get, so I can get this one right here. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, my last metal, because it costs 1 metal. And I'm going to get this building. And I'm going to activate it right away. So it's going to cost me 1 energy or 1 worker to get, to play. Oh, no, I don't have the, what's the name to do it. But I got my, I can do this. So what I'm going to do is a combination here. So once I've placed in that air, I can activate these buildings. So now I'm going to place my 2 energy here to get these 2 iron. And then I'm going to take, and I'm going to make those into the 2 plastic. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to burn through some of my resources, but I think it's worth it. So I'm going to go ahead and these 2. All right, so then I get to 2 metal. Okay, and then I'm going to take 1 of those metal and turn them into 2 plastic. Okay, and that's your engine. That's how you start getting the engine going. Where'd it go? That's how you start getting the engine going. Okay. All right, and those move over. Okay. All right. So now the AI is going to go again. So they're going to go ahead and flip a card up, and they're going to, man, see, look at these points, man. Oh boy, look at those points. Okay, so, all right, so they're going to go here. They're going to take out another achievement. So they're burning through these achievements so I can't get to them. They're also going to take out the middle one here. Move that over. They're also going to take out the finance for right now. So it's not like they're completely gone. It's just that they're going to be harder. They're going to require more resources to place. Okay. And if you have any questions, just let me know. But we're playing against the solo mode, which is way more interactive than before. It was just kind of like a blocking thing. This one's way more interactive. So that's going to be their turn. Next time they're going to generate, so I got to pay attention to that. We'll put these back over here. All right, on my turn, what am I going to do? I know they're going to get some pollution here soon. I need money. I need money. I'll tell you what. I'm going to go ahead and place over here in the finance. I'm going to have to make it expensive for me. Let's just say that. So I'm going to have to make it expensive. It's going to cost me an energy like that. Yeah. So then I get three money. But I'm also going to activate this building with 1 of my energy. Okay, so I'm going to take 1 of my energy, and then I'm going to pay that oil resource to get the 2 coins and money. And the point. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to place that on there like that. Pay my 1 oil barrel there. I'm going to get 2 money. And since I know what it's going to look like when I get to that point, I'm preparing for it. Okay, I'm preparing for it. And I'm also going to get a victory point, which is way up here. I'm going to move it across. Generally, I already have like 20, 30 points already, and I don't have that, so I know I'm going to get my butt kicked. All right, here we go. So next round here. The AI is going to draw another card, and this would be their 4th card. So it'll come in like this. We don't know what it is. All right, and that's going to take this out like that. Sorry. End of the game. All right, hold on one second. All right. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I feel like I'm missing something here. Did I get... Okay. Yeah, okay. All right, so let's see. I am going to... Oh, sorry, and they take all their stuff back. Jeez. All right, so they take all their stuff back like that. Jump in. All right. Don't worry, Luke, I'm getting my butt kicked. I'm not doing well. Trying to think of what's best here. Because I have this building, I know exactly, I was able to figure out exactly what I needed to prepare for, which is good. And I can do that anytime. So I may look at this car, which is great. I mean, I can activate that so I can use it. Geez, I'm almost desperate to get another car in that area just so I can get more. But you know what? I'm going to take one of my last workers and I'm going to move this track along so I can stay up with the Joneses. I'm going to go ahead and use an energy to do that. Oh, wait. I got to do this part first, though. Let me place a worker first. All right, so the worker's going to go ahead and get me. Oh, no, I have 2 plastic. Boy, I need to figure out a way to generate some more plastic. It's going to have to go back to this. So we're going to go ahead and place a worker here. All right, I'm going to play an oil barrel here. And with that oil barrel, I'm going to take 2 plastic, 1 science, and I'm also going to take on a pollution, which this is not good. So I'm going to take on that pollution. It's going to go in the air. Okay, so now my air is full. I don't really have a choice now where I'm taking my pollution right now. And if you're just joining me, what that means is that this track up here, I get points when these global events come out for the ones that are clean. So I'll just show you one of the pretty ones up here. So when these cards come up in the beginning, they're very, very forgiving. I would get, let's say for this one, I would get 5 points because this is free. Okay, free of cards. So there you go. Okay. So I got that. I got this right here. I got my stuff. I got my pollution and another global card cap. So now we are looking at ones from the expansion. So I know what's coming up. I knew what was coming up. So I get points for my water. Okay, so I only have 1 here in my water, so I get 4 more points. Was that 15? I believe that was 19. So not doing too great in that department. I'm going to take out my the industry market up here. Okay, so the industry market goes away. I'll move that out of the way. We just fill it from the left. All right, fill it from the left, and then that is it. But I also lose a worker, which I knew was coming. Okay, and I have to pay 4 coins. Now I'm not going to lose it because I'm going to pay the 4 coins right away. I'm just going to pay them so I don't lose it. But I would basically have this one locked up, and players would have them locked up on here on the hostage crisis. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So you'd be kind of in jail until the next one comes out. So yeah, I'm happy that didn't happen. I wish that they had to pay for it, but they don't. Okay. So now we're over here with the AI. I feel like I did something wrong all of a sudden. What happened here? Generate. Okay. I feel like I did something wrong. Let's see. All right, he's going to flip over. Okay, so they're going to take on a pollution. Okay, so pollution again. And they're going to place in the in the government market. They're going to take the left card out. Use the slide over. They're also going to place in the education department. All right, and yeah, so there we go. That's that. Okay, my turn. I have 1 worker left. Oh, I forgot to do that generating part, huh? So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and do 1 point for every, I'm trying to look at these, maybe I can pull off something at the end. 1 point for every unpolluted. Yeah. Huh. Let's see. You know what I want to do? This is what I want to do. I want to place, and I think I'm doing this right, so if the designer's in here, he might be able to tell me, because I think I'm doing this right. I may have done this before, and I was like, I don't know, man. Okay, so I would put this on here. I would pay my science, and then I would clean up 2 of my areas, right? So I'm going to clean up 2 of my areas. I kind of want to find out which 2 areas, but I'm just going to go ahead and guess. So I'm going to go and I'm going to clean up these 2. Okay, so I'm going to clean up these 2. Because I'm kind of paying attention. I might want to try to get that. So I'm going to pay attention to that. So those are cleaned up. Okay. Now, since I'm in this area, I can activate this. So now I may look at a face down thing. I believe I have to activate this side just like the other buildings to look at it, so I can prepare for what's next here. What's next? Ooh, so I'm going to get 5 points because I know that this is going to be clean at least. All right, they're going to wipe the government up there. But each player chooses one of their structures and discards it, placing in an appropriate discard pile. Oh, by the gods. Any tokens or energy on that card are discarded, but the workers on that card remain on the table where the structure used to be and return to the appropriate player's mat when they generate. Okay. Oh, boy. That is nuts. Okay. That is nuts. Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay. Okay. That's not good. So they're going to flip over here and they're going to take another pollution. Okay. So they're forcing this pollution to go. All right. And they're going to take out, and I'll just show you right here. They'll take out another pollution and they're going to take out the middle area here. I think with the meta structure there, here we go. Because I was a little shaky on that, and I probably should have asked going in, but I was like, I'm not sure. Okay, so yeah, they're going to take out the middle area here, and they're also going to place in the chemistry department. So they're going to take on a pollution, which is going to go on the card, and I have that on the card right now. And then they're going to take out the middle, and they're also going to take out they're going to put in chemistry. So, all right, so they're going to put a worker in the middle, take out this middle up here. This slides, and then they're also going to put 1 worker in chemistry, which is going to require them to place another worker like that. All right, and turn. Huh. Now for me, what is Jeremy going to do? All right, so I have to generate. I don't have any workers. Okay, since I don't have any workers, I have to generate. So I'm going to lose all my energy, first of all. I'm going to return all my workers. So I'm going to return all my workers. I really got to get up this nation's track right now. This is not good. It's not good at all. And it's a little too late in the game for me to not be doing that. Yeah, it's a little too late in the game for me to not be doing that. Oh, man. Okay, so then I'm going to go ahead and roll my dice. I don't have any temporary oil barrels, which is good. I really don't want to pollute right now. I really don't want to. Come on, give a hoot, don't pollute. All right, so this is another thing. When it's tied, I can't remember here for a second. Let me see. If the numbers are tied, I think I get to choose. Let me make sure, though, because I did this last time, and I think I made a mistake. I just realized that. The results of the die determine how much energy you gain. The amount of symbols, place them on the mat. And then pollution. The highest die, right? The spot on the left. If the highest die is yellow, if the highest die is black or brown die, you get polluted. Okay, so the highest die is black. They're tied. Tied, you choose. Okay, that's what that's what I've been playing, but I wanted to make sure. Okay, so tied, I choose, and of course I'm going to choose the one that doesn't give me any pollution, right? All right, so I'm going to get 4 energy. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have my 4 energy right here. Okay, I'm just going to I really get real sloppy with those. But my workers are here. I should have 1, 2, 3. Where's my 4? There you are. You're meshed up in there. All right. And my die are going to go back over here. So I'm going to get 4 points for my die here at the end of the game. But still, okay. All right. I have generated. That is my turn. They're going to pull another card. Okay. So now they are really, they're pushing that Doomsday track. I'm worried. Okay. I'm worried. Because now I know they're going to have more here. What do I have? Let's see. What do I have? I have 3. I'm beating them in that. I'm beating them in that as far as I know. But I know I'm not beating them in it. So I really got to, I got to pay it. I got to start kind of getting on this track too. I don't want to lose those points. That's a good chunk of points too. So yeah, that's not good. Okay. So, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and move these. I'm going to go ahead and place here in the middle. This is where the die come from. And then this is also chemistry, which they already have a worker there and an energy. So it's going to require 2 of theirs to place. I'll place these on top. By the way, man, chunky pieces. I like that. Chunky pieces. All right. So chunky pieces. Now in the base game, there's a cool little thing where you can actually, and I'll just show you right here. So in the base game, when you're playing the normal game, there's a little strategy to this because you can place, when you place the worker on here, you can kind of overpay and make it harder for people to get here. So I could you could pay it like this so that person, anybody who wants to go there, they have to pay more. It's a little bit of a thing there, just so you know. So there we go. This is what they're going to do. So we know that that's there, and that's kind of threatening me a little bit. So now I might have to go there. But then I have an equal threat with this. So I got to get up this nations track, man. I don't know what I was doing this game. What are you guys doing to me? You're making me unfocused. You're making me not focused. I'm blaming it all on you. And I really haven't been making an engine either. Let's see. Ooh, I kind of like this card up here, infrastructure card up here. I got money for it too. So I tell you what. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to pay 2 coins because I don't have any industry. I'm going to go ahead and take this on and pay my 2 coins. 2 coins. And I'm going to get this public infrastructure building. I gain 1 coin for each commerce and for each industry structure I own. So I want some money. I want some money because I really haven't been a good job of making an engine over here to do certain things. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And it's also worth 3 points. So there's some value there. I do like this one a little bit more though. let me pay an extra coin. I have all 3 coins. I kind of like this one better. Okay. Ooh, I got to pay an extra energy. Whoops. No cheaters. No cheaters. No cheaters. Okay. I kind of like this one a little bit better. It's worth 5 points too. I need all 5 of them. And then I'm going to take in a pollution. And I want to take in a pollution here. Okay. And yeah, I turn an oil barrel for 3 science. You're going to kind of start to need those. So I definitely want that one there. I'm going to start. I need some oil barrels though. I need a lot of oil barrels now to do certain things. So it's going to be a little risky for me, but I definitely need to start taking in these oil barrels to do things. So these move the cycles to the left because I got buildings galore for this section. Like I have buildings to activate, but I'm not playing them right in a sense. I'm not playing them right because I need to be able to trigger these. And right here, I need oil barrels. Is that so? Yeah, it's tough, man. I'm making some really bad, dicey choices. Dicey choices. All right. So down here, what we're doing is we're placing this on top like this. And the 4th one, it's going to draw an energy just like this. Okay, and it's going to be just like that. Okay, so if you're just joining, you join a little late, I see some more people coming in. So you're going to have 3 cards that come out. And each turn is going to be a card coming out. And some of them are going to have different actions, like the ones that are on the top are going to either be pollution, the world track up here, or they're going to also, or they're going to take away an achievement, or they'll do with the Doom track right here. So there's a lot of pressure and you don't know what's there because the fourth card, when they generate, you don't know what that one is. So that's no good. It really stinks to not know what that one is. So there you go. That's pretty much the run of it. Okay. So they have done that one. They generated. We're going to get all this stuff off the board, and then we're going to assess this global one that I do know what it is, but still. I'm going to take all this stuff off. I think the publisher and the designer in here, they're watching me take a super L. Like, why are you showing this game when you are getting your butt kicked? All right. Okay. So let's go ahead and get to the global impact here. So I kind of knew this was coming. So let's see here. So I got, somebody's interrupting me here. So I have 5 points I'm going to get for this area because it's clean. So I'm going to go ahead and do that first. Yeah, I need to have more points here. 24. I should be in this 30-ish range. I like to be there. And then I'm going to go ahead and wipe up the government area. Okay, fill that. Okay, and then finally, we're going to, it says each player chooses one of their structures and discards it. I think it's going to be this airport. I only have one of those buildings, and I should have more, but I messed up. I didn't invest in these like I should have. So that's going to be the discard here. So it says any tokens or energy on that card, discard it, but workers on that card remain on the table where the structure used to be. So I don't have anything on the structure either, so I'm just going to discard it. I'm good to go. Okay, not good to go, but good to go, because that also was 4 points. So that's not that great. none of these things are great. They don't feel great. Here we go. What am I doing? Okay, so I have enough plastic to basically do this. I should have been doing it before. I can do this twice. That puts me right here and tied with them. So I'm going to try to do that at least twice, because we're winding down to the end. Hello, AP. Here it is. Here it is. This is the moment of truth. And I don't know really where when I'm winning or losing right now. I don't, because I've been kind of. No, I'm losing. I should say I'm losing. I'm not winning. I'm not winning. I am losing. I need oil. I need oil to do a couple things over here in my player area. So let's go ahead and I'm going to have to go chase for some oil. It's going to be, I'm going to have to chase for oil. Is there anything up there that'll give me oil? Hey, by the way, one more little sports break here. This building right here, this is one of the newer ones. This is a generate building. So when I say generate building, it's going to be one where when you take the generate action, it's going to give you something in return. So I thought this was a really cool card. When I play with my friends, it ended up working really well. So it's like an incentive to kind of like generate earlier, because you know you can get a resource from it. So that's pretty interesting, right? All right. Let's see. So yeah, it's going to be this one right here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the land one here because I have a choice. And 3 barrels. Oh, man. And 3 barrels. All right. That's my turn. Now, this has not happened to me. Did I go through my deck here? Hold on a second. I went through my deck. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 12. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, do I keep going? I haven't had this happen to me before, actually. You know what? You know what? I know exactly what I didn't do. I did not pull for myself. I had a couple rolls where I did not, and I'm sorry guys. When I generated, I had a couple rolls where I didn't get any energy through my rolls. So you still remove a pollution when you don't get one of these die. So I got lucky back when I had these die, just this one by myself. And even if I don't pollute, I still have to pull a pollution off. So in the sake of not cheating, I'm just going to go ahead and pull these off and let the event happen so that at least you can see the end game scoring and whatnot and get an idea of what happens. I'm sorry about that. Jeez. Okay, so this is the last event. All right, this would trigger the end game. The other way the end game would trigger is if this all went around. I'm really sorry. That's a big blunder for me. So we're going to go ahead and evaluate this one more time. I can't believe I did that. I love this game. I don't know why I did that. So I'm going to get points finally for the water one more time. So I got 1, 2, 3 points there. Okay. All right. And then I'm going to wipe, let's see, the industry. Yeah, I'm going to wipe the, no, I'm going to be wiping the, what's the name of commerce? All right. And then let's see here. And then I have okay, so this one just is until another global event, but this is also from the expansion, so let me just read it here. Until another global impact card is triggered, you must discard 2 energy. Oh, we have this in our game, and immediately after they generate. So this really, really stinks, because it does, like, this would be the worst time to have this, is like your second to last one over here. That would be, it just stinks. It's like the wrong time. You start planning things out, not a fun time. Okay, so after I do that, the global impact, the last token from the global impact, will also be the last turn. So after that, you get one more turn. I didn't take the one more turn. So since I kind of cheated, I'm just not going to take my last turn. I'm going to start adding these up. So let me move everything out of the way here and try to get this stuff organized somewhat. Add these things up, move stuff out of the way. Try to get all this stuff out of the way. Let's see if I was even formidable. Let's see if I was even formidable. All right. Okay, let me add up a couple things here. So let's just add up the buildings first. Okay, so I'm going to add up my buildings. All right, so I have, let's see, I have 5, 9, 13. Yeah, 5, 9, 13, 16, 20. And then another 7, 27. So 20, 47, and then another 7, which is 54. Okay. And now we know we're going to see the real truth. We'll see the gap in the truth. Yeah, up here. Actually, I'll just do all my stuff. Then I'll do the pollution area. Now, I missed another opportunity here to clean that up. But, of course, if I was pacing myself and I was aware of here, I would really have started investing in things that would have cleaned it up. So I had a thing for here to put the barrels to clean it up, and I was thinking the last 2 turns I would use that to start cleaning that up, because there's an opportunity to score for these as well, going down like that, and I wanted to clean that up. It would have been 2 actions. Oh man, this is so bad. I got my butt kicked. Okay, this is so bad. All right, so I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 more points there. So let's see, 7, that'd be 61. Okay, that's my points for that. Okay, and then I get, let's see, I get points for 1 for each one of the, man, I get 1 for that, and I get none for this. Like, I'm just straight up just terrible. Okay. Wow. If I was playing the solo mode, I would have just quit halfway through if I was playing this like this. Here we go. So now, this is the hardest part right here. This is the hardest part to see your score whittle away. Okay, see yourself whittle away. I'm going to go ahead and move this over here. We're going to start counting these cards up. So they already have victory points on them, so I can kind of see what they have. And I'm going to, you know what, I'm going to kind of bring this over here, because now the pollution stuff is not that important. We're just going to unveil these things. So let me take all this stuff off. I'll move it into your vision so you can see. So So one of the things about this part of the game is, like I said, you are planning, but you're predicting. Okay, you're kind of predicting. You can see a certain amount of points, and this is why I love this. You can see a certain amount of points, but you also have an amount of points that you don't know, and things you don't know that are under here. And that's a threat. That is a threat. So let's see. All right, here we go. For the solo deck, right? So, okay. Yeah, that's fine. It's fine when you're watching someone take the L anyway. So I'll tell you right now, based on this deck, it's going to push you to the other threshold. So like if you don't really have 100 points, you're not going to win this game, okay? First of all, you're just not going to win. So let's go ahead and move this track super far. So we have, let's see. So this is going to be 10, 22. And I'm only going to keep this card out because of the Doomsday track. You're going to have, let's see, 3, 6, 9, 13. So that's going to put them at 35. I'm going to keep this one because of the track. Then we're going to have, let's see, 9, 13, 17. So 35. That's going to be 17 is going to be 52. 52. Okay. All right. This is going to stay because of the track. All right. And here we go. We're just going to keep moving these into the lane here. Let's see. If you have any questions, just let me know here. We have 7. Oh, we have, sorry, 6, 10, 14. And we keep that because of the track. 14. 14 is going to be 52. That's going to be 62. And then plus 4. 62 plus 4, 66. All right, here we go. And then the transition happened here. It's about the worst score I think I've ever posted in history, but that's live streaming for you. I'm not used to winning on live streams. Let's see, 15, 19. All right, so 19 plus this right here. So you're going to get 19. That's going to be 60. This says 76. Plus 9 is going to be 85. No track here. Yeah, no track here. And then finally, geez, it's going to be 10, 10, 19. This is going to stay. So let's see here. 19. So this is 95. And then plus 9 more, which is going to be 104. Okay, like that. Now we're going to assess this track. We're going to pull out what we have against what they have. Now, I neglected this track quite a bit too. Because like I said, once you start adding all these modules, this is not like this is kind of a master's class in the game. So you don't want to be adding too much of this stuff in the beginning like I did. I just wanted to show you most of it. So what we're paying attention to on the track, and if you weren't playing, you weren't here while I was playing, you are paying these resources right here to kind of move the Doomsday track. And eventually, if it does ever get here, the game will be over. It's another way the game can trigger. But in the beginning, you're going to be paying 2 coins. And then what you'll do is this will help it move forward. But you're collecting, you take 3 cards, and you get to choose one of them to go back under the deck. And then you get to keep the other 2. And you're trying to collect so you get the most of. And then you also get points for second place. Okay. So let's see Jeremy lose. All right, here we go. So, okay, they have 6 points in that level, so I'm not going to get that. They have 5 in that. Oh, actually, you have even more, Lord. And then they have 2 in the world. Against me, I have, let's see. Can you see how bad this is? Can you see how bad this is? Yeah, we'll move it closer. So some of these will have two things on it, and then some will have 1. But I want to make sure I'm scoring this one right. The Doomsday track. Let's see. So here we go. We have 6, 8 versus this, so they're going to get the points for that because I only have 5. So they're going to get a total of 7 points. By the way, it says it's going to be, I believe it's 7 off the top of my head. Sorry about this. Yeah, I believe it's 7. Yep. Oh, sorry. No, it was based on where it was pointing. Sorry, I forgot. It was based on where it was pointing. 3. Okay, sorry about that. I forgot about that. It's based on where it's pointing, so it just depends on where it's at the time. So what happens is when each time you go there and you pay the resource, it's going to naturally move forward 1 tick. But at the end of the game, we're going to get paid based on this as well. So it's important to move this track over sometimes because you're further on this track than most people. You've got more invested, I should say, in this track. So then you know exactly, hey, if I'm in first place for each one of these types, I'm going to be able to get, potentially, let's say right now, if you're first place in each one, you're going to get 8 points for each one. So that's what you want. Okay, so we are on this one, 3. So they're going to get 3 points for that one. They're going to probably get 3 points. They have 5. I have 2. Oh, no, hey, I got some points here. Hold on a second. All right, so we got that one too. So they're going to get 3 points. 7. I'm going to get 3 points for the satellite. Yeah. Wait, no, hold on. We're tied. 2, 4, 5. Oh, man, we're tied for the satellite. So I get tie for first equals second. So I get half the points rounded down. So it's going to be half is 1.5, so 1. They get 1. And then, let's see, and then the Earth, we're tied, so 1 and 1. I think I did that one right. I wasn't tied before. It was so lopsided on both ends for us. I also forgot to count the die that I got. So I had a black die and I had a blue die. I forgot to count those. They were right here. You get 2 points apiece for those. I get 4. Don't worry, it won't help me. 67. I also forgot to count the world track. That's very important. So I was only at 4, and let me tell you something, that's a sign of whether I wasn't paying attention to the game, because this is only 4 points, okay? But not only do they get 12 points, but they were also the leader, so they're going to get even more points. That right there just shows you where my head was at this whole game. That shows you exactly where my head's at. So they're going to get 12 plus 3, so 15, and that's going to be 15, 24. So yeah, lopsided victory for the AI there. And yeah, I made a couple errors. The big one though, is even if you don't pollute, this track moves forward. So you really got to pay attention to that. I'm sorry I missed that. But of course I did also get my butt kicked. And I made a couple errors along the way, but hopefully you got an idea how this game plays. Let me come back here and then we'll just kind of wrap it all up. This is one of my favorite games ever. And I hadn't played it in a long time. And then I found out this expansion was coming. I think I found out last year sometime around we have a local kind of designers thing going on. So it's like our proto spiel here. And I found out there was word of this one and the dice game, which there is a dice game coming up in the same thing. So I was really excited to hear this. And then when I found out there was a new solo mode in here, I lost my mind. It's because this is what I bought the game for initially. And I like it, even though but I also like that the new expansion has some of the other features in it, like the espionage thing. I love that because you can player interaction, because this is really just a very hands-off game, but the player interaction is consistent with the Manhattan Project stuff. So yeah, this one adds so much new buildings, the mega structures, like I said, the new solo mode and that Doomsday track, and you can add all that stuff in there. The only one you can't add in the solo mode is the espionage. So you get everything in there, all the new cars, the new nations, all that stuff. And it's still the same very, very good game. I had a pleasure playing this. I want to thank Minion Games. Luke Laurie's been in the chat. I know that. And just thank you guys so much over at Minion Games. Thank you once again to the designer. And yeah, I made some mistakes along the way. Sorry about that. Kind of anticlimactic end, and I didn't show you the best strategy on the planet. So yeah, take care, party people. Thank you so much for your time. You guys have a wonderful day. I'm going to watch some NBA playoff basketball.